everyone, this is Veronica and today we are going to discuss about agrarian distress. What are the problems which are being faced by the farmers and what are the way forwards. So if you know that agricultural in India, it contributes to 23% of India's gross national product. Climate change and changes in the global market seriously threaten the security of farmers operating in this sector, especially the small scale farmers and the farmers from the low caste and indigenous sector who often lack the market knowledge, land tenure and about resources. So now we'll discuss what are the issues which are being faced in the agriculture market. But before that, see, this is a channel StudyIQ. If you're preparing for any government exam, our pen drive and tablet courses are also available. For additional information, you can visit our website or you can call on the numbers given on the screen. So let's see what are the issues, why it is in news, because you have seen that agrarian distress in India is increasing in recent times. You have seen a lot of movements by farmers also. So what are these issues? See, India's farms policy is retrospective and just revolving around loan waivers, which is just a short-term solution. It does not help long-term to the farmers, right? So government's policy to raise support prices of cereals, pulses and coarse grains up to 150% of the cost of production will drag the government to WTO for allegedly breaching its farm subsidy entitlement and distorting world markets, right? Next issue is that the MSP is seen to distort prices by incentivizing output. Meanwhile, Union government has allowed rice exporters a 5% subsidy under a certain program already, which has been targeted by US in WTO. Now, under the WTO agreement on agriculture, developing countries are entitled to product specific subsidies up to 10% of value of the product, right? But there are flaws in adapting this policy. Now, farm extension services for huge swings in area sown are merely based on the basis of imperfect market information instead of scientific principle. So, marketing infrastructure is inadequate, especially for small producers who lack the capacity to store their produce. So, along with this, what are the recent agrarian distresses? We will discuss about that. Like farmers groups in Mumbai have pressed for loan waivers, because farmers always want loan waivers, but this is not a solution, right? And they are pressing for price support measures and compensation for drought. Now, producers of onion, chilies and tomato and garlic have contend with volatile prices all the time. And in Madhya Pradesh, there were certain schemes like Bhavantar scheme, that is price difference payment scheme, but on ground it is also not working well. So there are a lot of issues. So we'll discuss little bit in detail. Like in agriculture market, there is surge in input costs. So surge in input costs means that a major cause of farmers' suicide in India has been increasing burden on farmers due to inflated prices of agricultural input cost. See, the culmination of these factors is seen the overall increase in the cost of cultivation. Then there is increase in the cost of chemicals and seeds. There is cost of agricultural equipment. There are labor cost of animals and laborers also, and they are distressed due to loans also. Like NCERT data, it points out that 2474 suicides out of 3,000 farmer suicides in 2015 were the victims of unpaid loans, right? Then there is lack of awareness also. The digital divide as well, the literacy gap has made the marginal and small farmers particularly vulnerable due to their inability to utilize the positives of government policies. This is reflected in the continued unsustainable cropping practices like cultivating sugarcane in water deficit regions. Then there is water crisis also. Interstate water-state disputes affect the farmers also. Climate change is a big factor which has acted as the last nail in the coffin by resulting in furthering of the uncertainties associated with already uncertain monsoon system. Next is India's urban consumer driven economic policies. See, the political economy of India is driven more by urban consumers than the rural producers. This is reflected in the urgency to impose price controls in case of price rise, like imposing minimum export prices. Okay, bringing items under essential commodities, etc., and a lackluster withdrawal once the price is under control. So contrast this with how we have been imposing minimum import price to secure our steel sector. The differential treatment to primary sector also limits profit margin and thereby hinders farmers' chances of breaking free from the cycle of indebtedness, right? Then loan waivers, I already told you, they're just short term and for restructuring and investment measures. So our approach of handling farmer indebtedness and hence farmer suicide has been appeasement politics, like recent move by UP, and now even in Congress, as it has won in MP, they said they will give loan waiver. So this is very wrong, right? So if we talk about farmer suicide, let's see what facts say. So the list includes farmer cultivators. Here we are talking about farmer cultivators as well as the agricultural laborers. So there are 7 states which account for 87.5% of total suicides in the farming sector in the country. And the states are Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, then your Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, right? So both marginal farmers and small farmers are committing suicide. Maharashtra is worst affected state, and ironically Punjab, which benefited most from the Green Revolution, also presents a depressing picture of farmer suicides in India, right? Now let's see, government has also taken a lot of measures, responses are given to farmer suicides, right? Like there in 2006 there were relief package. Even after Modi government came, they brought many reforms and schemes for the farmers, but yet we have not seen a good farmer movement. Again the farmers are protesting despite of government efforts. Now see what measure needs to be taken, what we can do. First is we can help in increasing the productivity. For like rural household incomes to double in the next 5 or 7 years, the focus should extend on increasing productivity and crop diversification and reducing cost. Because diversification into livestock really lifts income of cultivator households, and even multi-pronged response is needed in this regard. So now see, like this act APMC, Agriculture, Livestock and Marketing. Okay, now we'll talk about APMC. See, while allowing producers to access markets other than the APMC and removing curbs in stocks and exports, the center must ensure that the model Agricultural, Livestock and Marketing, that is Promotion and Facilitation Act, takes marketing reforms a few steps forward. Then we should include PPP model, that is public private partnership, in creating market yards. Storages should be fast tracked. This can help the farmers. Okay, then policies of integrated pest management so that crop damage should not take place. Lower cost of fertilizer, because we talked main problem of one of the problem of farmers is the high input cost. So if there will be lower fertilizer cost, it will also help farmers. Then precision farming techniques like SRI. SRI is systematic rice intensification. So it must be encouraged. Like farm equipment policy must focus on imported equipment to provide cheaper and local manufacture. Some incentives like grant of duty credit scripts may be tried. Subsidies could be given on this. Corporate social responsibility, it must be encouraged in the agricultural sector, like particularly towards capacity building, skill development. Then institutional financing can be done under this. Cooperative farming could be done. Doubling the farmer income by 2022. We should not focus on farm income, rather than our policies should focus on farmers income. Right, then there are direct interventions. What kind of direct interventions? Like options for restructuring loans must be used. District-wise list of indebted farmers and efforts in de-stressing them through counseling and other alternative mechanisms should be tried. Crowdfunding can help, right? Crop insurance can help. Community-led awareness can help. These are the direct interventions. Okay, so if these are done, it will help the farmers. Like community-led awareness must be taken employing role model approach, highlighting progress of farmers who have benefited from the sustainable and climate tailored agriculture practices. So it will reduce the distress of the farmers also, and it will reduce the suicide rates of the farmers also if government is willing. Right, so this is about the agrarian distress and what is the way forward, what are the issues we have discussed. So thank you. If you have any queries, you can contact me on Telegram channel or anywhere. PDF will be uploaded here. Thank you.